So I was reading on the back of the pack, and it says that you're gonna add 3.5 cups of water and 1 cup coconut milk. So these two you can get from the Asian market. And so also you're gonna add 1 egg. So you're gonna add 1 cup coconut milk, 3.5 cups of water, and you're gonna add 1 egg. Which I don't have the egg out here, but 1 egg. And then you're gonna have your garlic, and your bean sprouts, and your coconut. So this is how brown I got my coconut. And this is what's gonna be added to the ground chicken. And then you're gonna fry it together. And then you're gonna fry the chicken and fry this together. And then you're gonna add your onions and stuff and a little bit of sugar in there for the flavor and stuff. For Xeo, I'm gonna use peanuts to garnish with it. So I couldn't find my thing that I normally beat everything up with, so I put it in a bag. I doubled the sandwich bag. And I got a glass bottle right here, and I'm just rolling it back and forth and crush it. So that way you can crush it up and garnish it. So you gotta improvise what you got. So when I got crushed peanuts, that's what you want to garnish it with. Hi everyone, hola todos. Tonight we're making Banh Xeo. It's Cambodian. This here I bought at the Asian market, and it's got the flour mix for the Banh Xeos. And this is like a turmeric. It comes with the package, and this is what they're gonna look like, hopefully, if it turns out good. So you're gonna need bean sprouts to fry in the chicken, and you got ground chicken, and you're gonna have garlic. Peanuts is gonna be the garnish, and you're gonna fry the chicken meat with the extra virgin olive oil. So I already done the coconut. So the coconut I got it from the bag. So I browned it a little bit, and that's what I'm gonna fry in the chicken. But just remember, when you get the chicken frying, you wanna fry the garlic and stuff with the chicken first. And then later on, when the chicken starts getting browned in, you add the coconut. And then at the end of it, you add the bean sprouts, because you don't wanna do the bean sprouts from the beginning. So, and I'm gonna fry the onions with the chicken too, but that's gonna be later on after the chicken gets brown. And I'll add the onions to it. So, to make the Banh Xeo, you're gonna need 1 egg, and you're gonna put 1 egg in a bowl, and you're gonna mix it up really good, and then you're gonna put your flour in there, and then you're gonna mix the turmeric in there, and mix it all together, and then you're gonna add water and stuff. And the whole idea is to make it sort of like a pancakes, and it's sort of like what they call, well, I call it like Cambodian crepes. That's what they call it, sort of like that. And that's what they look like, as you can see right here. So the first time we'll get the chicken and stuff going, I'm gonna start frying the chicken and stuff, the ground chicken meat. So you wanna brown your coconut. You wanna put the stove on medium, and then slowly brown the coconut, because the coconut is what you're gonna add to the ground chicken. And you're gonna get your little spoon and kind of stir it around a little bit. You just want it lightly brown. You don't want it like burnt. And it will burn easy, so you have to be careful with it. And most people use real coconut shavings, but I didn't have it. So. This is real coconut, but not the actual coconut. So now I got the oil in the pan. I'm letting it heat up. I'm getting ready to put the chicken in there. I'm gonna let the chicken fry until it's starting to get brown. Then I'm gonna add the coconut to it. And then that's when I'm gonna add the onions and the bean sprouts gonna be last. When the chicken gets all the way done, then you add the bean sprouts. So I got the chicken in there. And wait a few minutes, I'm gonna add the chicken bouillon in there. A little bit of black pepper. I'm gonna put some garlic in there too. And as you can see how the chicken is going, now I'm gonna add 1 spoon of garlic in here. I'm gonna start having black pepper and the chicken bouillon in there. So I'm gonna put that down in there and start stirring it up. I'm gonna add a little tab of sugar in there to blend all the flavors together too. Alright, now this is where the coconut comes in. I'm going to start adding coconut to it. And then here in a few minutes I'm going to add the onion to it. And then at the end you add bean sprouts. You can smell that coconut, it just gives it a good aroma to the chicken and stuff. This is going to be the filler of the Banh Xeo. This one's going to go in the middle. I'm going to try the onions in there. Alright, so now the chicken is done. We're going to add the onions on there. Start frying onions on it. Stir all that up in there really good. And when the onions start to get soft, we're going to add the bean sprouts to it. Sorry about that, y'all. I'm gonna add a little bit of sugar in this to blend the flavors in there. Just a little bit of sugar, you don't want much because you don't want to be too sweet. Because coconut already gives it a sweet flavor. These onions, they get to my allergies, make me want to sneeze. Now we're going to add the bean sprouts in here because the chicken and everything is done. So I'm just going to stir that up real quickly. Let it cook in there for a minute because you don't really need it. I already cut the burner off with the heat already because you got to think that bean sprouts very tender. So I don't add a whole lot of them. I add probably a handful of bean sprouts. Some people put a lot more than that, but I just like to get a lot of this stuff. It's got all the coconut, everything. That's it. Now the meat's ready for the filler. Now I'm gonna make the batter. Alright, so now I got 1 egg beat up, and I'm getting ready to pour the flour into the bowl over here. And then I'm gonna add the coconut milk and the cage-free eggs. And make sure you put that little tamarind pack in there too and stir it up really good. And just read the pack on the back of this pack here. I always like this one here better, because on the back of the pack they have the directions on how you do it. Right here. Yeah, and that's the directions they got. And I don't put shrimp in mine, so I don't know what all that is, but I just do the flour and then I do my own meat. And so now I'm having turmeric in there. That's a little pack of cloves of stuff. And all that good little flavor in there. You know, turmeric's really good. It fights cancer and stuff like that too. So that's what I hear now. I love this turmeric. And then I'm gonna add the 1 egg. And I'm gonna mix all this up really good. And then I'm gonna add the coconut milk. So on the back of the bag it says 3.5 cups of water. So I'm gonna do 3 cups of water and 1 can of coconut milk. And that'll let it give it more of a flavor. So Hope it's gonna work like that. I might add the coconut milk. Make sure you get all that good flavor in there. Scrape the bottom of the can because that's what the flavor is. We'll start off with 1 can of coconut milk and 1 cup of water, just to get it started. And once you get it mixed up, you just go from there. You'll figure out how much you're gonna need. Because you want it kind of runny. You want it sort of like a pancake, because you're gonna have to whisk it around in the pan. You're gonna make sort of like the crepes, whatever they call it. I think it's crepes or something like that. You want it to be mixed up really good. You don't want it to be lumpy or nothing like that. And the more you stir it, the more it's going to turn yellow. This one, right? So I went from the fork to the whisker now, so I know what. Because that fork wasn't doing the trick. I didn't know I had this thing, so I just kind of found it. See how it's starting to turn yellow? So I'm gonna kind of eyeball it. I'm gonna add a little bit more water to it. I'm just gonna eyeball it. I'm not gonna do the whole 3 things. I like to put my own touch onto it. So I think that's going to be watery enough right there. So I'm going to start stirring it up. That's how you want it to start looking water. Always remember, before you pour a little bit into the pan, always stir it because it settles to the bottom. So what I usually do, I just take a napkin, I put oil in a little bowl right here. I just kind of rub around. This is olive oil. I just kind of coat the pan really good. Put that back in there. I take 1 scoop of this. Kind of add it to the pan. You just want to kind of move it around until it coats the whole bottom of the pan. You may have to add a little bit more to it. You don't want it to be too thick. Don't too thick. Okay. Then you want to cover it. So you want the lid on there so the edges will fold down. And then once the bottom starts getting brown, you'll be able to move it around. And you can either flip it or you can just leave it like that and add the stuff to it. I'm gonna try to flip it and see what it looks like here in a minute. So I'm just gonna flip it over. Let that cook for a minute like that, and I'm gonna start adding the ingredients for it, which is the meat. Add in the middle. So then the whole idea is when you get it, you're gonna fold it over. Just like so. And that's it. And you're gonna let that sit for a minute. And you're gonna put it onto a plate and put a piece of tin foil in between it so they don't stick together. And then you'll be good to go. And I'll show you that here in a minute. I'm gonna do a repeat. You see my pan is really hot. I'm gonna fill in all the little spots. I'm gonna roll that thing around in that pan. I'm gonna let it sit for a minute. Put your lid on there. Make sure you put your your oil in there to coat the pan. And you just let it sit with the lid on there. And what it is, when the edges start rolling down, that's when you're gonna know it's ready. You can either flip it. I always flip it because I like crispy on both sides. It usually takes about a minute or two, maybe 2 minutes to cook like this. I'm just gonna make a few of them because me and my husband, we're not gonna eat a whole lot. So. And we're gonna make it like a salad. I'm gonna put it down in a bowl. I'm gonna put the lettuce and cilantro and all kinds. You put all kinds of herbs and stuff on top, and then garnish it with the dry garlic and your peanuts, crushed peanuts, and then you put the sauce that I made last night on it. And you make it like a salad. So you kind of want to get you a little setup going here. That way you can see how I got everything scattered around. There's the oil right there. I always take the paper towel and dip it in there. See how everything close by. And go boom, boom, one after another. As you can see, it's starting to, the edges are starting to curl down. That's how you know it's getting ready. See, I always put tin foil to separate them. If you're gonna do a whole lot, you need to do that. But you can cut it neatly if you want to. If you're gonna have gas, you want to make it look nice, you can cut the tin foil kind of fancy like. Most people, the tradition, they use banana leaves to separate it. But you know, where I'm at here, I ain't got no banana leaves. It's cold, so I do, but I don't want to use it. So I'm gonna flip it. Maybe. Oh yeah, that worked good. See that? Got a little crisp on the one side. You want to add your meat to it. You put as much meat you want. You gotta always remember now, this is a Cambodian and Thai and Vietnamese dish. They call it Banh Xeo, and some other people call it other stuff. You can call it Cambodian crepes, or you can call it whatever you like. Cambodian pancakes, or the Mexican or Spanish people say quesadillas and whatever. You can call it whatever you want to, but it's gonna be good. And just flip it over. I'm gonna flip it back, so I'm gonna let that get a little bit more crispier. Because they're better when they're crispier. Not real crisp, but you know, a little bit crispier. Now I'm gonna flip it over. Sit for a minute. So now the next step, what I'm gonna do is get all the lettuce and stuff. I'm gonna put these down in the bowl, and then put the lettuce and stuff over it, and then garnish it with peanuts, and I'm gonna put sauce in there, and then tear it all up in the bowl, and eat it like a salad. And it's really, really good. It's the best, mejor. See, almost like an omelet too. See this thing, you can call it all kinds of stuff you want to, but the real name is Banh Xeo. So then we're gonna cut the lettuce up. Let's get the ugly part. Get all the ugly parts off too. Cutting it up like a salad. I'm gonna make mine like a salad though. It's really good. It's more easier to eat. Most people eat it with their hand and like dip it into the sauce. Me, I really just make like a salad. Now I got my cucumber ready. I'm gonna shred it so I can put it like a salad style. So this is gonna be all the toppings and the garnish for the salad, and you got your peanuts, and you got your garlic. You can buy this kind of garlic at the Asian market. You got your lettuce over here, and your cilantro, your green onions, and you got shredded cucumbers. That's gonna be really good. And you can add any kind of herbs you want to add. Oh, so I'm adding the lettuce and all the garnishes and stuff. Got the cucumbers, a little bit of cilantro in there. Most time if I had like basil and mint, you can put that in there too. That's really good. I'm just using what I have here in the kitchen. And I'm gonna go with the peanuts. This peanuts really makes a good flavor. I'm gonna add the garlic.
It's dry garlic.
It's dry garlic. Then you want to add your sauce. It depends on how much you want. If you like it a lot, depends on your flavor and taste. Me, I like a lot of sauce because I like mine to be really soupy. And you can always add more stuff to it wherever you like. Really. Alright, there you have it. It looks better when you add more stuff to it.